Okay, on this one, we're doing antique typewriter. I'm going to kind of move a little bit fast through this one just so you are aware because this is the end of unit stuff. So I can come over here, download, open antique JPEG. Good. Click on download antique JPEG. Great. Okay, come back to Photoshop and come over here to File, Open. Going to go to this PC. Going to go to my Downloads folder, Open, and there's the antique. Open. Great. Now the next thing I'm going to do, remember, I'm going to save it. File, Save As. Okay, and now I'm going to go to this PC. I'm going to go to Pictures, and this is where I actually want you saving. It's just in the Pictures folder. Now I've narrowed it down to a little bit more, and so here I'm going to go Repaired. Oops, two R's, fat fingered it. R-E-P-A-R. Repaired video. We're going to save that as a Photoshop document. Save. Okay, so that took us through step one. Now, the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and create a new layer. So I'm going to go to the background layer right here. I'm going to right click. I'm going to duplicate layer. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to name that Corrections. Good. Now I'm going to go ahead and make that red by right clicking on that and choosing red. Great. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is, well, first I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, Control 0. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Filter, Lens Correction, Custom, and I'm going to enter the things that it says to enter here. Remove distortion, 15, angle, and let's see, 50. And, okay. Good. Okay, now we're basically, there's some other stuff here that they want you doing. Click OK in the Tools panel. Yeah, nice. Okay, so I want to go over what I do to get rid of the cords and stuff. Now, there's other stuff going on here, and I want you to look at the steps between these. But basically, I'm down here at step number 11, okay? So you need to basically be following the directions, but we're going to come down here to step number 11. And I'm going to purposely zoom in a bit here, okay? I want to show you how I fix this cord. And what I do here is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a polygonal lasso tool. We used that in a previous class. I'm going to click, you see right here where the floor meets the wall. Click. A nice sharp edge there. And I'll go there. Here, click. You can see that I'm drawing that line. Click, click. And now back to the beginning. You see that O there. Come on. There we go. Now we have a selection. Now, the next tool I'm going to use, and we use this in Computer 1 also, is the Clone Stamp tool. We can adjust the size of that circle. Remember, we can adjust the size of that circle with the square bracket keys next to the letter P. That's perfectly fine. Now I'm going to hold the Alt key down. I'm going to come down here and click, and that was what I call sampling. Now you notice there's a plus sign moving down there. Want to make sure that plus sign doesn't go over anything ugly. But you can see already we've gotten rid of that there. Control D. Now I'm going to go ahead and maybe you want to clean that up a little bit and do it a little bit better there. But no, that actually looks decent. Not great. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do the same thing here. Click. Click. The reason I went all the way to the end was again, and now I'm going to go right here to where that cord meets the leg. Click over here somewhere, and come in at a nice angle, and there we go. And again, I'm going to go to my Clone Stamp tool. I'm going to come over here somewhere. I'm going to hold the Alt key down. I'm going to click. Now I've sampled, and you can see that plus sign. I just want to make sure that plus sign doesn't go over anything that I don't want. Like if I went over the leg there, that looks awful. So, of course, I'll just come over here, Alt click again, and that's called resampling. And just sort of drag that over everything here. Alt click again because I want to get this stuff right here. And done. Control D. And it really was that fast. Oops, I see a spot that I missed, and you see that right there. So Alt click. Now, because it's not right next to anything, I'm not setting up the selection or anything, but you can see how quick that is to get rid of all of this stuff and give you that nice sharp edge along the floor. And that's basically one of the things to get you going on this one. This isn't everything. I just want to finish just by saying this isn't everything you're expected to do. Read the book. You need to clean up all this stuff over here. I need to clean up the cord over here. And I'd probably, to be honest, I probably wouldn't use the because I can freehand it because I've done this enough times, but you might want to create another selection right here. So there's lots of stuff here that you need to get. So just little stuff. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing here. There. And now, clone stamp tool, come down here, Alt click, and gone. Control D. Okay, so that's basically, you'll do that same thing over here, several other places. Okay, and you could also, I'd recommend use the clone stamp tool to get rid of some of this dirty stuff, like right there, you know, and I alt clicked, and there we go. Oops, that's because it drugged, you saw that. Alt click. Just pay attention to where that plus sign is. There we go, fixed. Okay, and that's part of what you're doing on this one. Make sure you finish the assignment. Again, don't just do what I've shown you. There's other stuff. Read the directions.